का खाणार या कौन है ना सर आगे करेंगे I'm sure यार चार्जर है ही नहीं मैं कैसे कमेंट्री करूँगा तो 1% बैटरी होगी क्या सी टाइप है सी टाइप है हाँ मैंने पावर बैंक चार्जिंग करने के लिए भी रखा और फिर भूल गया घर पे
Yeah, you can take. It's for team. This one? Yeah. Take all for your team, na?
No, team already left.
Okay, you can take, no problem. कितना बड़ा है?
126 रन हो गए हैं 16 ओवर में, और टारगेट का मुझे नहीं पता कितना है। 153 का टारगेट है।
ओवर कितने बाकी है?
3 ओवर बाकी है।
रन कितने?
127 हो गए हैं, 153 चाहिए।
तो दोनों तरफ होगी मैच फंसा हुआ। ये किसका मोबाइल लगा?
ये वो कमेंटेटर का,
दूसरे वाले का?
ये जो अभी यहाँ बैठे होते हैं ना सामने से। और ये कैच हो गया। कोई अप्रिशिएट करने भी नहीं आया उसको, इतना अच्छा कैच पकड़ा उसने।
उसको बोलेंगे यार टाइम ज़ाया कर दिया। अभी बात हुई मेरी नासिर से, और नासिर की बात हुई अपना इससे, क्या नाम है, वसी भाई से। तो बोले मारम मारी कुछ नहीं हुई, वो आया था मारने के लिए लेकिन पकड़म पकड़ी हो गई, बस वही फिर कहानी ख़त्म हो गई, फिर मैच चालू हो गया। जी भाई, ट्रिकर नहीं मिलेगा, आप मेरे को वो भेज दो, मैं आपको बना के दे देता हूँ, क्योंकि ऑलरेडी 2 लोग इन हैं। मैच कौन सा है ना, वो मैच का मेरे को लिंक भेज दो, मैं तुमको डायरेक्ट वो ट्रिकर का वो पेस्ट करके दे देता हूँ व्हाट्सएप पे। जो मैच चल रही है ना क्रिक हीरोज पे, तो ट्रिकर कैसे ऑन करोगे तुम? मैच आईडी दे दो, मैच आईडी से मैं डाल के तुमको नीचे से कॉपी करके और डायरेक्ट ट्रिकर का वो देता हूँ, मैच आईडी तो होता है वो। अबे यार, उसका जो मैच चल रहा है ना, 1 मिनट होल्ड करो, 1 मिनट 1 मिनट। हाँ भाई, हेलो हेलो, हाँ रिजवान भाई, हेलो 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 हेलो। जी जी लगा के भूल गए। अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, क्या वो रेडी हुआ? तो चलो मैच अभी ख़त्म होता है, किसी को भेजता हूँ। ओके ओके ओके। अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, आप सुना खैरियत? ठीक है, ओके। यार कैंटीन से वो खाना पकड़ लेंगे। जी भाई, हेलो हेलो, जो मैं देखता हूँ, पकड़ लो, उठा के लेके लो। ये थाल ले लो, उसको दे दो। ये रखा हुआ। हेलो 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 हेलो। हेलो जी, जो आप क्रिक हीरोज ओपन करोगे ना, उसमें बिना लॉगिन के मैच तो पता है ना तुम्हारी कौन सी आज मैच है? हाँ, वो मैच भेज दो खाली मेरे को, मैं उसमें ना उसकी आईडी निकाल के आपको पेस्ट करके डायरेक्ट अपना ब्राउजिंग पे जो ट्रिक, हाँ, स्कोर कार्ड डायरेक्ट दे दूंगा, वो खाली जाके वीमिक्स में डाल दो। मैच खत्म हो गया।
वो भी खत्म हुआ।
जी भाई, उसमें जो तुम्हारा प्रीमियम है ना, उसको सेकंड वाला जो रेड वाला स्कोर कार्ड है ना, वो देना। रेड वाला चाहिए कि ये नया लेटेस्ट वाला इंडियन कलर वाला? नहीं नहीं, वहाँ जो प्रीमियम में जाएगा ना, प्रीमियम में सेकंड वाला देना, न्यू वाला। ठीक है, नो प्रॉब्लम, रेड वाला दे दो। ओके। हाँ, आ गए। अरे वो जा, बंदा वो जा रहा है यार, आ जाओ आ जाओ। शुक्रिया शुक्रिया। ये आप इधर ही रखिएगा, कैप नहीं है उसमें ढापने के लिए। ये रखना साफ करके, क्या मुश्किल? नहीं ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है, दरवाजा बंद कर दो बस।
ये नापना वाला कौन है? अंसार एंड इरफान। बॉलर कौन है? First ball, Ansar taking strike. Rice, the captain, bowling. First ball, bowled wide. Play it towards point for a single. Irfan, the left-hander taking strike. Score 2 for the loss. No wicket. Ball up. Plays it softly back towards the bowler. There's a man at mid-off there. Undecided both the batsmen. Again, asking for a caught behind, not to be. So, dot ball. Score remains on 2. This is the Oil and Gas Premier League Season 3. This is game number 4. Anshul Srivastava from SuperTech, the captain, deciding to bat first after winning the toss. Down the leg side, waiting for the umpire signal. Called a leg by. Score moves on to 3. Down the leg side again, we'll wait for the umpire signal. Visit off the bat man at short fine leg coming into play. Another leg by. Score moves on to 4. This is a wide. Yes, it's a wide. Score moves on to 5 for the loss of no wicket. We're in the power play. 9 fielders inside the circle. There's a left and right combination to start. So challenged right away for Caltrol Eagles bowler. Asking for an LBW. And yes, he has been given. Playing across the line. And he has been given LBW without scoring. He's out for none of 3 balls. So the first wicket falls at the score of 5. Irfan, the man out, LBW for no score. Straight ball, quicker one. And the ball, umpire reckons that was going to hit middle and leg. बैट्समैन कौन है? आमिर हुसैन और बॉलर कौन है? कौन है? अंसार आशीष. अच्छा, आशीष and Amir is a bowler. Amir to bowl the second over. First ball of the second over. Ashish is the new man, number 3. He will not be on strike as left arm spinner. Plays it into the ground towards covers. The man at man at deep cover. Coming to field the ball. Score moves on to 7. Change in the field. Rise coming from covers. Comes down to Ansar taking strike. He is now batting on 3. Looping delivery. Plays it to his man. It's short covers again. No run there. Quick single towards the man at mid-off. A good throw. Keeper collecting that. Score moves on to 8. Another left-hander coming into the center. Irfan left-handed and Ashish also now left-handed. So the left and right combination continues. There's a slip in place. Down leg side is what the umpire reckons. So a good bit of bowling. Remains on 8. Looping delivery, squaring him up and gets off the leading edge towards short covers. A single taken, he's off the mark. Score moves on to 9. Ansar on to strike. Plays it back towards the bowler. End of the second over, 9 for the loss of no wicket. Nine for the loss of 1 wicket at the end of 2 overs. Man out Irfan LBW Rais for no score. Rais to continue. He's bowling to Ashish. Again wrapped on the pads, but this one's going way down leg side, so we're in the third over, 6th over power play. This one drives it down past the man at mid off. The man at mid on giving the chase, and a beautiful effort, but the ball still making it to the boundary. So first boundary of the innings. Score moves on to 13. Full delivery in the slot, and he just drilled it down to the past the bowler. Slightly short this time, down next side, called a wide. Score moves on to 14. This one much better, looping delivery, but is it called a no ball? Yes, it is. Wanted to give it some flight and ended up giving a no ball for that. So score moves on to 16, and Ansar, the benefactor here, will get a free hit. They will be allowed to change the field because the batsmen have taken a single along with that. Swings but makes no good contact, a dot ball. So good comeback. Score remains on 16. Plays it towards covers and they take another single. Score moves on to 17. For the loss of 1 wicket. We're in the third over of this game. And bowls him, goes back to a foolish delivery and is bowled. He's out for 5 and they lose their second. 17 for the loss of 2 wickets. So after conceding a boundary, the skipper backing himself, he gave away a no ball as well, but after that he made sure he comes back strong and gets the second wicket for his. So the veteran well and truly trying to bring his team to the forefront. New man Ajil Suresh is coming in 4. Right arm next one. Going back to a delivery, it should have been front. Lucky for him, he got the edge. So end of the over. 3 overs, 17 for the loss of 2 wickets. The man out, Irfan LBW to Rais for no score, and then Ashish getting bowled neck and crock for 5. He scored 1 boundary, the only boundary of the innings coming so far. Amir to continue. Plays it in the air towards the man at deep mid wicket. A single there. He moves on to 6. Score moves on to 18. Brings Ajil on to strike. He's taking strike for the first time. Looks down leg side. Will be called a wide. Score moves on to 19. Entertaining game so far. First 3 overs, a boundary of couple of wides and then a couple of wickets. So it's all happening out here at the Oil and Gas Premier League Season 3. This tournament sponsored by Hedge and Sykes. So well, quick art. What's this one? Lets this one go. Not too keen on fiddling with the one that was just breaking and just moving away from him. There's a lot of space between covers and gully. There's a man at deep point. So inviting the batsman, if he wants to play towards that area at the moment, gets off strike with that single. He's off the mark. Score moves on to 20. For the loss of 2 wickets. Brings Ansar on to strike, who's just been quiet as of now. He's itching to go behind. That should be to his advantage. Plays it off the back foot, plays it towards covers. The man at deep cover coming into play. Score moves on to 21. He moves on to 7. In the air, brings the man into mid wicket into play. There's a single there. Ajil moves on to 2. Score moves on to 22. 22 for the loss of 2 wickets. A slip continuing to be in place. Plays it towards short covers. Misfield there. Allows the single to be completed. Score moves on to 23. 4 overs completed. 23 for the loss of 2 wickets. Rice to continue. That's his 3rd over on the trot. Down the leg side and well fielded by the fielder at short fine. Wait for the umpire signal, being called a leg by. Score moves on to 24. Shot this time doesn't connect, so another dot ball. Score remains on 24. Let's have a look at the field that is there. We got a man at short, third man. We got a gully. We got a point. We got a deep extra cover mid off. Down leg side, well kept by the keepers. Another wide to the total. Score moves on to 25. The man at short fine leg, a deep mid wicket, and a man at mid on to complete. And we got a deep mid wicket as well. Sorry about that. In the air, ball turning and misfield there, but an opportunity of sneaking a single missed out there. Ansar not up to it to take that single, so score remains on 25. And beaten in the flight, and the third one for Rais, just leading from the front there. The Ajil is out for 2. And SuperTech at the moment on some greasy path as of now. 25 for 3. And we're in the 5th over. Still no signs of Bruno or Anshul Srivastava, the captain. New man कौन है?
चार्जिंग भी ये ओरिजिनल नहीं है, बहुत स्लो होगी। और फिर ये भी मेरा डेटा अगर खत्म हुआ तो मैं इसमें लगा दूंगा।
हाँ
क्योंकि
ठीक है,
डेटा
तो इसीलिए मैं अभी वो इसमें कर रहा हूँ, अपना मैन्युअली कर
तो
रहा हूँ।
ये बहुत पूछे ना उससे,
पूछो उसको मैं। Norman, the new man at number 5, coming at a crucial time for his side. 25 for 3. Cooks back and plays it to his man at gully. Ansar not interested in that single. End of the over, or rather one more ball to go in this over. 25 for 3. Oh, lovely loop delivery. Batsman playing back. End of the over, 25 for 3. A very good over. 2 runs conceded and 1 run and 1 wicket taken. As you see the first change coming up.
नहीं यहाँ पर है ना, इसलिए मैंने इसको यहाँ खड़ा किया कि तुम लोग को मैं इंशाल्लाह भेज दूंगा।
Osama.
दुबई जा रहे हैं ना बंदे।
Has got 3 wickets so far. This time greeting the bowler with a handsome drive towards point, and the first boundary for Ansar. Score moves on to 29. He moves into double figures. He moves on to 12. 29 for 3. Looking for some kind of an impetus in the innings. This time, much better ball. Is there a chance of a run out? Not so good covering up by the bowler Osama, allowing that single to happen. Got to be on your toes and convert those half chances. Score moves on to 30, brings Norman on to strike. Trying to cut that one, called wide. Score moves on to 31. Wickets to fall so far. The first wicket fell at the score of 5, the second one at 17, and the third one at 25. As Norman plays it back towards the bowler for no run. This is the last over of the power play. They've already lost 3 wickets. Plays it in the air. The man at long on comes into play. The man at mid off running back, and so Norman off the mark with that single. Score moves on to 32. Man at short third comes back to third man. This time backs away and plays it with the pace towards covers. So another boundary in the over. Score moves on to 36. .36 for the loss of 3 wickets. This time trying to play from outside the off stump towards square. Not to be end of the over. 6 overs gone. The power play completed. 36 for the loss of 3 wickets. Ansar, the man who's been there from the start, he's batting. He's batting on 17. Norman batting on 1. Osama B, the new bowler. Got Osama M with the right arm over the wicket. This time cuts it towards the vacant third man area for a boundary. Good shot by Norman. In Osama B2 being greeted with the boundary of the first ball. Score moves on to 40. The power play has been done, so you can have the field restrictions relaxed. You can have extra men outside, so that's what he's done. He is Osama coming into bowl to Norman. Again, bowls it outside the off stump. Will call a wide, so he is penalized for bowling outside the off stump and giving another wide. Score moves on to 41. Down leg side, another wide, so score moves on to 42. Again, cuts this towards third man. Gets another single. Score moves on to 43. Crisp shot towards extra covers for a single. Score moves on to 44. 8 runs coming off this over so far. (44 for 3). Norman on strike. Will be called a wide. No, the umpire thinks it's within the tram line, so ball. (44 for 3). Chance of chipped in the air, but there's nobody there. A single being taken. Score moves on to 45. Again, inducing the batsman to play slightly in the air, but there's not much protection, so single given. Score on to 46. End of the over. At the end of 7. Bowler कौन है? आमिर. Amir comes back to bowl his third over. Left arm spinner being brought back. More was standing back to down. Leg by to the total score moves on to 47. And giving that extra run, so we'll wait for the umpire. He doesn't deem it, he says that's not allowed. So just one run allowed. Brings Norman onto side, down leg side again. Another leg by to the total. This time, not so good cricket. The ball being thrown and the bowler was not interested in collecting it. Gives away two more leg byes. Score moves on to 49. Dot ball score remains on 49. Plays it to his man at gully, no run. Their score remains on 49. For 3 at the 7.5. Last ball of the over coming up. On the pads, and yes, he's been given. It was always on the cards. The moment you loop the ball, the batsman is not committed on the front foot, is always going to be a candidate for LBW, and that's what happens. End of 8 overs, 49 for the loss of 4 wickets. Brings the captain on to the center, 49 for the loss of 4 wickets. Norman out for 7 of 13. Ansar batting 20 of 19. The men out. Irfan out. LBW Rais of nail of 4 balls. Ashish Nambiar was out for 6 of 6 balls with 1 boundary. He was bowled to Rais, and Ajil Suresh was bowled. Royal Usmani, the 10th over, gave away a single of the first ball. Anshul plays it towards point, wanting the single. Ansar declining that one. Dot ball. Full ball, plays it towards short mid wicket. The bowler has to do the fielding of his own bowling. Score moves on to 60. Anshul moves on to 4. Plays it again in the air towards the man at covers. There's another single. To the total score moves on to 61. Back to the bowler. Misfield there, wanting a single, but again, not a wise decision. Ball was not too far from the bowler. Score remains on 61. Down leg side will be called wide. Score moves on to 6. $62 for 4. Plays it towards covers misfield there. Allows the single to be completed easily. Score moves on to 63. End of 10 over, 63 for the loss of 4 wickets. Rice, the standout bowler, he's bowled his 4 overs and got 3 wickets. Come back, second half of the innings to start. We change sides. Amin Mohammed comes in for the first time. Right arm over the wicket. He's bowling to Anshul. Plays it with soft hands to the wicket. Keeps it to a single. Keeps the score to 64. Score 64 for 4. Down leg side will be called a wide and an extra run given away with that wide. So score moves on to 66. As we have some beautiful Gujarati folk music at the backdrop. Festival of Kites. The season of Festival of Lights, of Kites, sorry. Balls to Anshul, plays it towards covers. By the time Rais feels a single being taken, score moves on to 67. .67 for 4. In the air towards wide, long off, but the fielder doing misfielding there, allows the boundary to go through. Score moves on to 71. Ansar moving on to 32 of 25 with that fourth boundary of his. Mohammed not happy with the effort by the fielder. Immediate change in the field. The man at long off now coming quite wide. Rais asking him to be more finer. .71 for 4. Asking for an LBW across the line and he's been given. Wanting to play it over fine leg and he's not happy with that decision, but that looked quite plumb to the naked eye. He was always going to be a candidate if he's playing across the line. So good comeback by Amin. They've lost half their side now. .71 for 5. There was never a doubt when you play such a shot which is not on the cards. He's been playing in front of the wicket and should have backed himself to play those shots down the ground rather than playing behind and paid the price for it. So that is the end of Ansar, who was out for 28 of 24. He's out for 32 of 26 with 4 boundaries. Brings Bruno on to strike. There's a quite a bit of change in strategy by SuperTech coming into this tournament. The man who was opening the innings, or rather playing top of the orders, now coming into the lower middle order. Bruno probably changing his role from a person on the top as a finisher, but as of now he has nearly about 8 overs plus. '71 for 5 in 10.4 overs. Concern for SuperTech now, who won, expecting as of now. Caltrol Eagles are the ones who've been calling the shots. The captain leading from the front with a 3-wicket burst, and then Amin now getting the 5th wicket for his side. Plays with the straight bat, slightly off the back foot, but well in control. So Bruno off the mark with that single. Score moves on to 72. Probably area of concern that Rice will be having is to how to close out those extras. They make a lot of difference in the final tally. Good Yorker, right up to the batsman. So ending the over well after conceding a couple of wides and a boundary. Comes back, takes a wicket, gives away a single, and then bowls a Yorker just to inflict the sense of uncertainty in the batsman's mind. That's always a good sign of a good bowler who knows how to make a comeback. '72 for 5 at the end of 11 overs. Azam Sajid into attack. Bruno plays it towards the left of covers. By the time Rice feels a single being taken, at the moment with Caltrol Eagles having a hold on the innings, all they need to do is keep the ball in line of the stumps, ask the batsman to call the shots. If they do it, it's well and good, but if they don't, then there's always a chance of getting another wicket. So there's another single playing it down towards long off. Score moves on to 74. Bruno batting 2 of 2. Anshul batting 8 of 11. Bruno on strike. Again, plays it with soft hands. They need to rebuild this innings, so might as well get a few overs run through is what the Caltrol captain will be thinking. Third single of the over. Score moves on to 75. Just going a shade above 6 runs and over. Wanting to force this one, but doesn't get any connection. Go back to the bowler. No run there. onto the pads will be called a wide. So that's not required. They need to make sure they don't give away those extras. It could be a pain when it comes to the final analysis of the match as well as the tournament. It's been bowling well so far. Again, into the stumps. That's well done. As of now, a single being taken. Bruno's quite quick on his feet. Will come back easily for the second. 2 more runs added. Score moves on to 78 with 1 more ball in the 12th over to go. Drills it down past the bowler. The man at long on coming in towards the edge of the circle and fielding. End of the over. 79 for the loss of 5 at the end of 12. Back to bowl his second over. .79 for 5. The start of the 13th over. Amin to bowl slightly short. Rocks on the back foot. Plays it towards long off for a single. Score moves on to 80. On strike. See Min again plays it soft hands again towards the man at short covers. 1 more single. Score moves on to 81. This time plays it in the air over the bowler's head. A single more to the total. Score moves on to 82. So that's good bowling by. I mean, he's bowling stump to stump, allowing that single. It's not going to hurt them much. They just need to make sure they don't concede those extras or boundaries, which could up the ante. In the air at cow corner for that, keeps it down to a single. 4 singles in the over so far. Now with a slightly open stance, again bowls a full toss, but in the end manages to get a single. Now again, not sure what Anshul is thinking right now. He opened his stance, but at the last moment again came back to that conventional sort of position and played it down towards long off. Off. Last ball of the over. 5 singles of this over so far. This one well bowled right under the bat. It plays it down towards long off. The men. 6 singles of this over. A very good over. And not so bad for a SuperTech who are at the rebuilding phase as of now. 13 of 6.54 will get them to 131. Partnership is 14. Last over, the left arm spinner. Probably Rice wanting to get that wicket and run into the tail as early as possible. Doesn't want to leave it towards the end. So this is the 14th over. Needs to be seen how Bruno approaches this one. He's somebody who likes the ball coming onto the bat. But with a spinner, he will have to make in a bit of trouble as well, as he plays it with soft hands, plays it to a short mid wicket for a single. The man from Cow Corner coming in keeps it to a single. Scores on to 86. Skipping up 10 runs in the first 3 overs that he's bowled. A little bit of indecision with the the total. Score moves on to 88. Of the inner half of the bat, and a second run being stolen there. Score moves on to 90. 90 for 5. Bruno quite quick on his feet, inducing his skipper to go in for that second run and get back on strike. He's gone 90. Another ball on the pads gives away an easy single. Isn't backing himself up. He has a man at long off, and he can bring a man at wideish cover and then loop the ball, invite the batsman to go in the air. There's no point in trying to bowl flat. That's what he's got to do. Loop it, invite him to play those strokes. There's always a chance that he could play one in the air. Single. Score moves on to 91. Another couple of more balls in the over and in his spell for today. Again, slower one in the air, but onto the pads, allowed that Bruno to easily play it down to his deep mid wicket for a single. Anshul on strike. Again, slightly flatter, not so good. Gives away a single. End of 14 overs, 94 for the loss of 5 wickets. So Amir Hussain completing his quota of 4 overs. 4 overs, 1 maiden, 19 runs and 1 wicket. So both the captain Rais Usmani bowled 4 overs, 22 for 3. Amir is 4 overs, 19 runs and 1 wicket, have completed the quota of 4 overs each. Osama Bilal bowled 1 over, gave away 11 runs. Rohan Usmani 2 overs, 15 runs. Amin Mohammad 2 overs, 15 runs with a wicket. And Azam Sajid has bowled 1 over for 7 runs. First ball, a single down towards third, towards long on. Rohel Usmani is coming to bowl. Full toss, missed that one completely. Wanted to play it towards mid wicket, but the ball dipped even before he could make connection. Lucky for him, there's always a chance. Sometimes he's hit the inner half of the bat and cannon onto the stumps, but not to be. Score remains on 95. Then Bruno plays it down towards long on. There's a man there for a single. Score moves on to 96. Plays it towards a wideish long off. I'm in the fielder there. Cuts it within the boundary. Gives away 2 runs there. Double. This one towards the third man area. The man from deep point doing the fielding there. Caltrol Eagles have been blessed with a few youngsters who can jog around the park faster. Keeps it down to 2. Score the 100 coming up in 14.5 overs. Nice bit of partnership building here. 29 of 25. What these two have done well is they've made sure that they don't play a lot of dot balls. They kept the scoreboard ticking. They haven't got a boundary so far, but they still be happy in the air over the bowler's head. And as we speak, a boundary comes up. Score moves on to 104. Boundary to end the score moves on to 104. In quite some time. Hundred and four for 5. I mean to start his third over. Under edges this one through the keeper's hands and into the fence he goes. So back-to-back boundaries certainly brings some momentum to the total. Score moves on to 108. Through the keeper's gloves, and that's not good signs. Amin is not happy with that. 108 for 5. Bruno on strike. He gets his first boundary. Chance of a catch towards cow corner. Misfielding there allows the second run to be taken. Score moves on to 110. Again, another full toss. Plays it in the air. Single being taken. Triple Nelson. Score moves on to 111. 111 for 5. Current partnership is 40 of 29. .3 gone. In the air, chance for the man at point, but it's swirling around, so a single being taken. Score moves on to 112. Current run rate of 7.15 will get them to projected 143. He'll want more than that. This time trying to a bit too much. He wanted to, was eyeing the mid wicket area, but suddenly decided to go over point. Never got any sort of contact there. So 15.5 gone, 112 for 5. Last ball of this. Last 24 legal balls. We need to see how much SuperTech will end up getting. Sam plays it towards long off. Good bit of fielding. The moment he went down, picked up the ball and quickly threw it back. One more run added. 113 for 5 at the end of 16. Bruno on strike again, trying to cut this one a bit too late there. So dot ball. Azam Sajid is putting his second over. Probably will bowl another one after this. Could be the penultimate over. In the air. And a misfield there, gets another boundary. So score moves on to 117. This time plays it towards deep mid wicket, completing a single. And another misfield gets them another boundary. There was an indecision for the second, but a misfield again gets another boundary. So 121 for 5. Bruno now moving on to 28. Hit a 140. He started rather three in a space, trying to play it over to 122. So partnership of 51 of 36. Man at long off coming in quickly, swooping down on the ball and throwing it to the keeper. One more moves on to 1, 2, 3, 123 for 5. Last ball of the 17th over coming up. Full toss and over the long on boundary for a maximum 129 for 5. 16 runs coming off that over, and the final thrust is now being given, and more to follow. 129. At this rate, they will be looking at a score of 150 plus. Bruno is now 35 of 22. Onto the pads, a single being completed.
Hello.
35 for 5, 17.3. Is there a man there to take that catch? Drop there, gives away another runs. Bruno coming back very easily for the second. 137 for 5. This time over the bowler's head, one over the strike for a maximum 143 for 5. This partnership up with on 37. This time ball's gonna turn a bit. You will get a single for that. End of the over, 144 for 5 at the end of 18 overs. Rohail Usmani coming to bowl the 19th over. अरे उधर सुनो Royal 38 of 30 called a wide, so another run to the total score moves on to 145. 24 extras in the innings, 18 wides. In the air, chance for the man at covers, misjudging that one, allows the single to be completed. Score moves on to 146. In the air, and a drop there again. So one more run added to the total score moves on to 147. It's been a story of two halves so far. The first 10 overs, Caltrol Eagles were all over SuperTech, but the second half, the experienced duo of Anshul and Bruno making sure that the runs come aplenty, and they're still unbeaten there in the center, not exposing their lower order. 148 for 5. Bruno shuffling across, plays it towards mid wicket. He completes a single. Anshul not able to complete the second, so one more run added to the total. One. in the air. The man at long off, happy to just keep it down to a single. So 150 coming up. 150 for 5 at the end of 18.5. Roy Usman has gone for 31 in the 3.5 that he's gone. Osama Bilal has given away 26 in the 2 that he's bowled. Need to see who. Plays it towards. Covers a single. 151 for 5 at the end of 19. One 51. 19. To bowl the he's bowled. Last over. Ticks it into the pace. The bowler batsman plays it towards long off for a single. And to Anshul. Edges this one over the keeper's head and goes for a streaky boundary. So another boundary. Score moves on to 156. This partnership now 85 or 52. Another render edge goes towards short third and a single being taken. Score moves on to 157. We have another 3 more balls left in the innings. Again, plays it towards the man at long off for a single. Score moves on to 158. Good comeback, conceding 2 runs of the next 2 balls after conceding that streaky boundary. Five. Plays it high in the air. The bowler coming on by himself and a good cotton ball. Anshul Srivastava, this captain, leading his side 46 of 36 balls with boundaries and a maximum. They bring this team to a respectable score, total 1. Jaydeep Odrani coming to the center. हाँ ऑर्डर करना पड़ेगा कुछ है क्या उसमें या श्योर नहीं ठीक Last ball of the innings coming up, 158 for 6. Jaydeep on strike. Keeper up to the stumps this time. Man at short third, coming quite fine for that age. The man at short fine as well. Plays it down the ground. They complete a single. Bruno was anyway going to come to a single and a misfield. So, not a happy ending for Caltrol. 162 for 6 is what SuperTech have scored. At one stage, 130 looked difficult, but they managed to make sure they bring it to 160. So 162 for 6. We'll run through the scorecard. Ansar Ahmed, 32 of 26 with 4 boundaries. Irfan was the one out for no score of 4 balls. Ashish Nambiar was out for 6 of 6 with 1 boundary. Adil Suresh was out 2 of 7. All these 3 were out to Rais Usmani. And then Noman was out for 7 of 13. It was LBW to Amir. Before Ansar, 2 fell to Amin of 32. And then there was the partnership between Anshul Srivastav and Bruno. The magnificent partnership of 87 runs before it was terminated at the penultimate ball. And then Jaydeep Odrani coming, pulling one down with the bowler fielder misfielding at long on, allowing that boundary. Bowling analysis, Rais Usmani 4 overs 22 runs, 3 wickets. Amir Hussain 4 overs 19 runs with a maiden and 1 wicket. Osama Bilal expensive 2 overs 26 runs. Rohil Usmani didn't have a Mohammad, his figures distorted with a few misfields. He ended with 4 overs 35 with 2 wickets. And Azam Sajid 2 overs 23 runs, no wicket. So we come back with Caltrol Eagles needing 160 to win their opening encounter of the Oil and Gas Premier League Season 3. We take a short break.
विनीत भाई नीचे आपका सन वाला ग्लासेस दुकान पे जी भाई चाय भेजेंगे
इसको थोड़ी देर बंद कर देंगे 10 मिनट
लोग को तो गर्मी में गर्मी भी ज़्यादा होती है, ठंडी में ठंडी भी ज़्यादा। डेजर्ट
गर्मी इतनी नहीं होती है लकी भाई।
अच्छा, डेजर्ट गर्म नहीं करता, खुला इसलिए
क्योंकि
शायद कम है।
हमारा
हाँ
ये है ना, पानी वगैरह चलता है ना,
हाँ, तो ठंडा हो जाता है।
स्प्रिंकलर है नीचे से सब आते हैं, जब पानी चलता है तो ग्रास ठंडा हो जाता है, तो उतनी हवा की
ठंडी में ठंडी में डबल होती है, क्योंकि
ठंडी में तो अभी
रेत का मसला है, जब ठंडा होता है तो जल्दी गर्म नहीं होता, बहुत ठंडा होता है।
हाँ, और दूसरा ये है कि यहाँ का मौसम नेचुरली बहुत ही
नहीं नहीं, ये तो खुला है, फिर ग्रीनरी यहाँ ज़्यादा है ना, ये
हाँ,
खेती वेती पूरी हो रही है ना यहाँ, तो
आसपास
और
में
क्या
भी है
चाहिए।
और सब। हम लोगों ने अभी यही हिसाब लगा ले कि सितंबर से पहले से एसी बंद किए हुए हैं।
हाँ,
अक्टूबर में, यानी अक्टूबर का लास्ट तक हम लोगों ने एसी बंद कर दिए थे।
अच्छा।
एसी का ज़रूरत ही नहीं पड़ता था।
दुबई में तो मुझे याद है हमने नवंबर एंड में एसी बंद किया था, दिसंबर स्टार्ट से बंद है।
तो हम लोगों ने अक्टूबर का लास्ट में जो है ना एसी बंद कर दिए थे। दिन को कभी होता था कि
चालू कर लिया,
दोपहर को खाना खाने गए तो चला लिए, नहीं तो रात को तो कंफर्म बंद रहते थे हमारे एसी, क्योंकि ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ती है।
आप लोग को माशाल्लाह अच्छा है। मुर्गी उर्गी भी आप लोग ने पाले कि कोई और है?
नहीं,
सही है। और वो बाकी
Welcome back. The chase underway. 163 is what Caltrol Eagles needed at the start of the innings. Currently at 13 for the wicket. Add another run to that. Let's have a run of the first 5 legal deliveries that are there. Started off with a couple of boundaries. Started with the 4 at the deep square leg, then over deep covers. A single again. Mashood coming and scoring 1 over deep cover point. A dot ball or wide. That makes it one down leg side and a good Jishnu starting off the proceedings for his side. He's given a 16 runs so far. Has sprayed the ball on both sides of the wicket. Not the start that they are looking for. They're chasing, they defending 162 at just about above 8 runs an over. And this time slightly short. Enough time for the batsman. Didn't get it right in the middle of the bat, but still managing to get a couple of runs. So first over completed, 18 for the loss of no wicket. Irfan Khan batting 11 of 4 with 2 boundaries. As Bruno you have to wait whether it's Bruno or is it Anshul who's going to open the bowling. Usually it is Bruno and Anshul who start off, but today they started with Jishnu. Again another change in their tactics. It's quite windy out here. The ball's going to move around a bit. Batsmen really, bowlers will really have to know how to control this new ball. A chance of a caught behind and straight away Anshul coming in and striking for his side. He gets Masood Hassan caught behind, no feet movement whatsoever. लकी रेडियो है क्या? उससे बॉलर गलत लिखा है. विनीत, बॉलर का नाम गलत है. अंपायर को बोलो. So the first setback for Caltrol Eagles, they lost for 4 of 3 balls with 1 boundary. Not a ball that was to be driven, edges at 1, and the keeper takes a easy catch. Rohil Usmani comes to strike, plays it towards covers. Jaydeep, the fielder there. JC is the wicket keeper. Again, no feet movement whatsoever, playing from within the line. Rohil Usmani, promising young cricketer. He's played 41 matches, scored only 206 runs. His average is 10.3 and strike rate. The strike rate shouldn't be an issue. It's what the average is. And when you come in at number 3, your numbers should be much better than that. And whatever grade of cricket you played. But make no mistake, this is much needed experience that the boy will be looking for. As he gets off the mark with the brings Irfan Khan on to strike. In short, over the bowler's head, the ball going towards the boundary. Fielders giving the chase, but the ball wins the race, so another boundary score. Anshul is much better if he bowls it up rather than trying to dig it into the pitch. You're not going to get much out of the pitch. The ball's going to keep sitting up to be hit, and if you have a good horizontal bat, you are going to get runs with the field inside the circle. We need to reassess how he's going to bowl this one. Again, trying to dig it in short, this time being called a wide. JC doing well behind the stumps. He's already got a again another wild swing, not much better line. This is what you bowl it up to the stumps. You always gonna get a chance of a caught bane or a man at slip 2 is there. Ansar is waiting for one that could be nicked and come towards his way. 2 overs gone, 24 for the loss of 1 wicket. Change in bowling right away brings Bruno to the center. The experiment with Jishnu, not a fruitful one. They gave away 18 runs in the first over, and now the next over costing only 6 runs and getting a wicket as well. Bruno starts off with a wide and concedes an extra run as well. Score moves on to 26, needing another 135 of the remaining 137 of the remaining 108 balls.
ब्राइटनेस भी बढ़ा रहा, ब्राइटनेस बहुत है। आयरिश बढ़ा मत बोलो, आयरिश बढ़ रहा, वाइट हो रहा है पूरा।
Again, in the air, over the man at mid-off. The man giving the chase, but the ball's going to win the race. And another boundary. Again, another horizontal. He's a tall lad, Irfan Khan. So if there's anything that is close to his hitting range, he's not shying away. This one's sitting up to be hit. And he obliges by sending this over the mid-off region. Score moves on to 30. A good ball this time, right up to the stumps, under the bat. That's what you got to do. You pitch it up, no need to bowl it short. Keep it up, let him drive. You in your catching positions and
माइक बंद है क्या? साउंड ज्यादा, आप दूर रख, थोड़ा दूर रख दो बस।
this time over pitched and dealt severely over the boundary. Saw the length, he got a bit of width, and he sent this backing over. Covers 34 for 1. And he's got 23 of the 9 that he's faced with 5 hits to the fence. He's in some sort of a rush now. Onto the pads, plays it towards square leg, gets off for a single. Score moves on to 35. Brings Rohil.
क्या बन रहा है यहाँ पे? अच्छा देख क्यों रहा है?
ये तो मारदार टीम है यार, रुकने वालों में से नहीं है।
वाइट भी देंगे ना। बट सुपर
डॉट बॉल सुपरटेक के बॉलिंग अच्छी है, उन्होंने गलत शुरू की, उनके चुरखियों से 18 मार खा लिए।
हमारे तो कैचेस उड़े, सब हुआ, कोई पकड़ा नहीं, मतलब गैप में गिरी।
Wide again, will another run added. Score moves on to 36. 12 runs of the over so far with the ball to go. Plays this over the man at covers with the field inside. There's, as they said, half a chance would also race away to the bound. The wind's blowing from our left to right, so the ball's is carried over with the wind. So another boundary. So end of 3 overs, 40 for the loss of 1 wicket. Another expensive over, 16 runs coming off it. 18 of the first over, followed by a good over of 6 runs with the wicket, and then another 16. Problems are plenty for the captain Anshul, who's trying to fight a lone battle right now. He's just given away 6 runs of the over that he's bowled. needing another 123 of the remaining 102 balls. We're still in the fourth over of power play. Another 3 more overs with the field inside the circle. There's only 2 men allowed. There's a man at long off and there's a man at deep mid wicket. Not sure if that's the right decision with the ball again squeezing through the cover region for a boundary. And with the winds blowing, it would be wise if he can bring his shot mid wicket in and send the man down towards the cover boundary. "44 for 1." Irfan is 28 of 11 with 6 boundaries. Every second ball he faced, he's getting a boundary. And at the same time, Rohail has got 5 of 5. Again, this time over the man at covers. And the ball again going towards the boundary. This time being saved. So 2 more runs. Score moves on to 46. And now a change of field. That's what I was talking about. The man at covers should be sent back. The man at mid wicket is being brought inside the circle. This time much better line. He wanted to take it towards the deep mid wicket area. The ball hitting it. 46 for 1. Irfan needs to be selected. He's got it. Needs to keep continuing. It is bowled onto the pads. He's going to make use of it. And another couple of runs more. Score moves on to 48. You can't bowl on both the sides of the wicket. You there's nobody back at line, so you line is going to be off stump as he bowls another full toss. This is called a no, and the ball racing towards the boundary. They get another couple of runs. So 50 coming up. Wanting to bowl the slower one. Ended up bowling a high waist side full toss. This time plays it in the air towards mid on. A single being scored. Wanted to make use of the free hit, but just got a single to it. This partnership already 34 or 17 with Rohail just contributing 5. Asking for an LBW, and yes, that's straight right in front. Down to fine leg, missed the ball completely, and it flushed onto the pads in front of the stumps. An expensive over ends with a wicket. "52 for 2 at the end of 4. Another bowling change. Ansar Ahmed Abbasi being brought into the attack. He's bowling over number 5. So Bruno's too given 1 over and his spell has been aborted by the captain. Anshul's gone for 18 runs of the 2 overs he's bowled, but managed to get both the wickets that are brief halt in play with the keeper coming up to the stumps. It is now mandatory that you have your helmet on. The new ICC rules and recommendations keeping player safety in mind. Plays it towards short covers, no run there. Hoping for a change of fortunes for SuperTech. We've got 2 wickets but given away 52 in the 4.1 that they've bowled so far. Over the key fielder at covers and another one racing towards the boundary. They get another couple. Score moves on to 56. Royal Usmani. Azam Sajid, who's come in at number 4 at the fall. Slower one, plays it towards covers and completes a single. Nobody backing the bowler, so Jaideep didn't have the liberty of taking a shy at the stumps. Gives away a single. Score moves on to 55. Full toss, plays it towards long on for a single. Azam off the mark with that single. Score moves on to 56. Again, over the cover region for a boundary. 60 with one more ball to go. Current run rate of 12.41. They need another 103 of the remaining 91 balls. It's given away 8 runs so far. They need to keep that run rate in check. It's skyrocketed already. Again over the cover region for another boundary. 64. It's been a scoring area. He scored most of his runs there. And not so good captaincy by SuperTech, knowing that this man has got his range of shots there. He should have a man plugged there, but not to be, and he's leaked as many as 25 to 30 runs. Irfan now batting 46 of 21 balls with 8 boundaries. He's done bulk of the scoring for his side. So another expensive over, 12 runs coming off it. NRF coming into the attack. Normal Ronald Fernandez is the next man in to bowl. He's bowling to Azam Sajid. Needs to be seen how long does he keep Irfan away from strike. Manages to do the first one. This is the last over of power play, and with the field restrictions being taken up after this over, another edge but dropped. JC unable to hold on to that one. Survive, score remains on 64. Another good ball, this time outside the off stump. By the time the batsman could play that stroke, the ball was well close to him and past him. As the conditions start getting cooler as we go into the late evening, 5:20 p.m. local time. Another dot ball. जरी 5 ओवर में खत्म करने का हाथ बांध के खिला रहे हो क्या दूसरों को? उसने बोला जरी ने बोला 5 ओवर में खत्म कर, मतलब सामने वाले को हाथ बांध दे. Single of the fifth ball, 65 for 2. Current run rate 11.14. Irfan facing the last ball. Drills it past back the bowler. A single being collected easily. 66 for 2. So a very quiet over in terms of the way the innings has come in. 66 for 2 at the end of 6 overs. Jadip Odhrani into the attack. Power play relaxed. In the air towards covers the man there. So single to start the over. 67 for 2. Asim Sajid on strike. He's batting 2 of 6. Plays it towards short third. No run there. Score remains on 67. In the air, a single being taken there. Score moves on to 68. .68 for 2. Trying to entice the batsman to over and bowls are wide. So since one more run added, score moves on to DL power score at this moment should have been 50. There are 19 runs ahead of that. Beating him all ends up. The moment the spinner comes on, he is all at sea, unable to read the spinner. Likes the pace onto the ball. Slowing it in the air, plays it towards the right of mid wicket. Trying to field with his leg, again not Very good sign. You could end up injuring yourself. As of now, all's okay. Score moves on to 70. Last ball of the 7th over coming up. Plays it with soft hands. No run there. End of the over. 70 for the loss of 2 wickets at the end of 7. Norman to continue. At the moment, he's 3 of 10. That's going to cause jittery. He scored 49 of the 70, that is. So he all the other partner has to do is give him the single, and he will take care of the rest. As another quick single being taken. Score moves on to 71. That's what they got to do. That was a run, but nonetheless. .50 for Irfan. He's 50 of 27 balls with 8 boundaries. Azam Sajid is 4 of 10. By far the quickest 50 of the tournament so far. Again, plays it straight to the 0.5. Last ball of the over coming up. The run rate's drastic. Score those singles. So 2 wickets at the end of 8 overs, needing another 90 of the remaining 72 balls. There's no need to panic. They only need to make sure that this run singles keep coming. Irfan holds the key to this run chase. Over covers this time. The ball racing towards the fence, and it reaches again. Score moves on to 77. moves on to 55 with 9 hits to the fence. This time to the left of covers. He's already got 6 runs of the first 2 balls. Got a bit. They don't need much more than run a ball, so if you're getting 8 or 9 without much of an effort is always good. It's asking for a stumping, and the umpire says the batsman is well in. Come back from Jaideep, this time slowing the pace up, bowling it within the line, and they didn't allow the batsman any sort of room or length to play with. Slower this time, but right in the slot, and he sends this over the long off boundary for a maximum, the first maximum. And score now moves on to 85 for 2. This time digging it out, knowing that he's his partnership is 34 of 29. Plays it towards the mid-wicket region, a single being taken. Saving the run. Over 9 gone, 87 for the loss of 2 wickets. This over costing 14 runs. After the first economical over of 4 runs by Jaideep, he leaks 14 of this over. Norman to continue, 2 overs, 5 runs, as this time Azam plays it back to him. Score remains on 87. What Norman, he strings a few straight at the for Caltrol Eagles. They have this chase well under control. They've knocked off more than half of the runs even before they've reached the halfway mark. A couple of good overs will easily canter them back on home, but if a couple of wickets they lose, could spell trouble for them, as this time trying to cut another one quite close to the body, another dot ball. In the air, a single being taken. Score moves on to 88. Through covers, the man at long off doing the fielding keeps it down to a single. Score moves on to 89. Last ball of the 10th over coming up. End of the over, and we
चार्जर दे दो बहुत मोबाइल चार्ज करना है
welcome back. Second half of the innings starting. Change hands just to come to the ball, and Irfan plays this towards point. The fielder giving the chase there. By the time he fields with his foot and takes the ball back, batsman is crossed over for 2 more runs. Score moves on to 91 and he moves on to 67. Drives this one towards point. Again fielded with his foot. Gives away a single. Score. Much better line this time from asliveuaes that are uppish. SuperTech have to believe in themselves. They cannot give up. They just need to make sure that they string a couple of good dot ball overs. Bring the more ideal if they get. Who's now on strike is on 68 of 36. Time slightly short, goes downtown. 4. Ball sneaks through for another bye. Score moves on to 95. One more ball to go in the over. It's much better ball, but unlucky for the bowler. He takes the inner half of the bat and goes to the boundary. Level complete 99 for the loss of no wicket. Sorry. Plays it. Azam Saeed this time lucky to get one that was a half tracker. Plays it down the ground. Gets a single and 100 coming up. 11.1 overs. 100 for the loss of 2 wickets. He does 63 or 54, 53 balls. Will be going down wide, asking the umpire for a stumping. Umpire not interested. (101 for 2). This time taking it from middle and leg and sends this towards the square leg boundary. 4 more runs. Score moves on to 105. (77 of 39). Are we seeing something special today? We rarely see batsmen getting 100 in T20. We have seen a few last season. Always would be nice if we have one on the opening day of this season, as this time he plays it over mid wicket and the ball races away towards the boundary. He moves into the 80s. Score moves on to 109. (7 of 45). This time over the man at long off. He had come in a few spaces and then had to retrack, but by then it was too late. The ball had hit the rope, so another maximum. He moves on to 87 with 12 boundaries and 2 maximums. Needing another 48 now of the remaining 50 balls. Plays it towards short covers. No run there. One more ball to go in the over. 11.5. This over was already gone for 16 runs with a ball to spare. Figures 2.5 overs, 34 runs and no wicket. Full toss, sends this towards the deep backward square leg, and Eno Mo races away to 91 of 43, 13 boundaries, 2 sixes. They need another 44 of the remaining 8 overs. 20 runs coming off this over. This partnership 67 of 48. Shobraj comes into bowl. Azam Sajid on strike. Plays this towards long on. He now brings Irfan on to strike. He is now 91 of 43. Needs to be sensible here. Calm and collected. Down leg side. Down leg side is what the umpire says. A bit of a minor scare. Could have had his heart in his mouth, hoping that the umpire will not call that against him. This time, wait for the umpire signal whether that's off the bat. 5 wides. They wouldn't mind it. They need another 38 of the remaining 46 balls. He's on 91, 125 for 2. Might consider himself a bit unlucky. Had he got half a bat to it, that was anyway going to go to the boundary. Against his name, not to be. Scored adds to the team total, 125 for 2. 38 of the remaining 46 balls. Plays it back past the bowler, gets a single for that. Score moves on to 126. He moves on to 92. Azam plays it back to the bowler. Sobhraj fields it off his own bowling. No run there. Another full toss onto the pads, but Sobhraj Azam not able to make much of it. He gets a single. He gets off strike. He moves to 10 of 14. Last ball of the over coming up. Now plays it with a soft hands, plays it for a single. Gets to 93. If it was a full toss, he could have made good use of it. Probably played it, slapped it a bit hard towards the left of covers and would have got a boundary. But he wanted to retain strike, so probably it was predetermined that he will take single of the last ball. (93 of 46). Another 35 more of the remaining 7 overs. They need it at 5 runs, going at 9.85. They need to score at 5 runs an over in the remaining 7 to win their first game of this tournament. Is that an edge? And the umpire is not interested. This is where experience comes to the fore. He's batting well. He was batting with a proper mode, but right now he keeping his century in mind. He is trying to do something which is not his natural game. He scored a single of the last ball just by tapping it, and the next one he tried to nearly played on to the stumps. So this is not good signs. He cannot make that mistake and leave his team in a precarious situation. He's done bulk of the scoring. He has held the team. All you need to do is stay till the end. Those runs are going to come. In the air towards the man at long off. What happens? This time holding out to the man at long off. So, and a well-made 93 of 48 comes to an end. Still some work to be done for Caltrol Eagles if they want to win this game. Somewhere Anshul and his boys have to believe in themselves that probably this exert some pressure back on. Probably they 2 of Irfan's wicket. Full delivery, bowls it and gets nearly got a run out, but D4 of the remaining 30 is windy as we speak. Full toss and another wicket. He's out for 10 of 20. Need another. 34 of the remaining 6 overs.
टॉस के लिए भी यही है ना, यही लिंक बनाएगा, पीछे करा दे फॉर्म, देख पीछे करा के रेडी रख, ठीक है। फॉर्मूला मैच चालू हो उससे पहले टॉस रेडी करा लेना एक बैट्समैन और फील्ड को, लास्ट में फिर मैच जब चालू होने से 2 मिनट पहले फॉर्मेलिटी कर लेंगे, ठीक है। तुम भी तीसरे मैच में तुम ही हो ना? तीसरे मैच चल रहा है,
ये मैच पलटेगा देख। अच्छा ये मैच पलटेगा। अरे
और कितने
एक 34 रन चाहिए 6 ओवर में। वो बंदा 100 बनाने के चक्कर में उसे अच्छा खासा फुल टॉस मिला, उसने उसको सिंगल लिया कि मैं दूसरे और अपना डांडा दे बैठा। पहली बॉल बचा, दूसरी बॉल बचा, तीसरी बॉल उसे यहाँ पे कैच हो गया। दूसरे से रन ही नहीं बन रहे भाई। 140 में 130 में 93 उसके हैं।
अच्छा
दूसरा
130
दूसरा
में
बंदा जो अभी आउट हुआ दूसरा
बैट्समैन का
हाँ
नाम क्या है?
जिसने 93 बनाया इरफान खान
बस इसीलिए प्रॉब्लम यही है, इरफान का ही प्रॉब्लम है। इरफान लोग को सबर नहीं है मसला ये।
इधर ही इनाम लेके जाऊंगा
welcome back 129 asking for an LBW the bats umpire is not interested one more run added to the total 130 for 4 14.1 gone wasn't aware where it was going. The fielder was hoping it's back to the stump, but for the batsman didn't happen. There is still some life in this contest. Make no mistake. Chance of a run out. Misfield there. And another single being conceded, needing another 32 of 33. Enter Mustaba off, batting 2 of 2. Have 6 wickets. Going to take them home. And towards Gully, indecision out there. The man at point 2 of 32. Slowly, that required run rate from mid off, rather long on. He's halfway there. So another single, 31 31. Oh, 5 overs coming up. Another 30 more. 133 for 4. Dot ball to start. Bruno continuing. Batsman under pressure as of now. They were cantering home until Irfan was there on the strike. And this time, off his legs, cannons onto the stump. So another wicket to go. 133 for 5.
वन साइड मैच करके इन्होंने लंबा कर दिया, एक विकेट पे मैच मार रहे थे।
नहीं बनेगा, नहीं बनेगा।
बॉल है, विकेट का मसला है ना, बॉल है।
बैटिंग कोई पावर नहीं रखता है। वो भी ऊपर चला रहा था, ऊपर से चला रहा था।
इरफान जब तक चला रहा था अच्छा चला रहा था, जब इसकी रोका
वैसे है तो वहाँ से बॉलिंग कर रहे टेक का कवर कोई है नहीं, तो खाली हाथ पे शॉट ही मार रहा था, तो जोर बॉल जा रहा था। Osama Bilal to the center. 25 minutes ago that he will have to come into bat as long as Irfan Khan was there. Once Irfan is out, it's been downhill for them so far. They need somebody to pick those things up. As full toss, plays it, a freebie. Bruno overdoing that one and managing to give away 4 runs. It's a release shot, something that a couple of these type of deliveries will make their task easy. As of now, SuperTech have made a super comeback so far. Drives this towards long off for a single. Much better stroke this time from Osama, playing it from the middle of the bat, planting his front foot. So that's good signs for Caltrol. They need another 25 or 26 now. Misfield by the keeper will be called or wide. So Bruno now, after getting that wicket, was pumped up, but right now overdoing those things. He first bowled one down leg side, now overcompensating that one by bowling outside the off stump and giving another single. They need another 24 of 26. This game of cat and mouse. On the pads. So umpire's not interested. Last ball of the 16th over coming up.
नहीं तो फिर इनके साथ में ही भेज देंगे, जल्दी पूछ, उन लोग रेडी है।
अभी वो फील्डिंग टीम को बैटिंग में कोई नहीं है, फील्डिंग में कोई।
हाँ पूछ ले, बड़ दुबई दे रहा, राशिद या तीनों जगह चलेगा।
Last ball of the over. Cuts this one towards covers. The man there at extra cover comes in. Another single to add it to the total. Score moves on to 140, needing the remaining 4 overs with 5 wickets in hand. We have a cracker of a game on our hands.
चलो होने दो, खत्म होने दो, मैं
वेट कर रहा हूँ, खाली 5 मिनट, वो ये सेट फिर आ जाए तो कंफर्म कर। कोई बात 20 कितना, 22
23.
24 बॉल 23। मारेगा तो सही है, रुकेगा तो आउट होगा। उनका टॉस करा दिया तू? बस टीम को रेडी रखने बोल, फॉर्मेलिटी दोनों कैप्टन को लाके टॉस करा देंगे।
Anshul Srivastava given away is now back into the attack. Sajjad Ahmed drives this one towards mid-off for a single. (22 of 23) brings Osama Bilal on strike. Down leg side, not umpire, not interested. A dot ball. (22 of 22). It's a matter of keeping cool as he plays this down the ground. Bruno quite up to the task, keeps it down to a single. One more run, 21 of 21. Score moves on to 142 for 5. Brings Sajjad Ahmed on to strike. Outer half of the bat towards square leg. No run, so a dot ball. Anshul will want to make sure he gets into the tail before he and Bruno finish their quota of 4 overs. He's got another 2.2 between them. One more dot ball. He'll have to think who will bowl. Game goes up to there. And how many do they leave it to the last over? They have done the bulk of the scoring for their team and carried their team's fortunes as of now, as this one whips this one towards point. 1 run completed. They come back for the second and easily done. So 2 more runs. The pressure being released a bit. They need another 19 of the remaining 3 overs. It's a matter of who keeps their cool in these conditions. As we come into the last 3 overs of this game, 19 required of the remaining 18 balls. As I have my co-commentator Harish out here. Harish, what would the batsman be thinking right now? Run a ball. Who is going to be doing the bulk of it?
I think all they need to do is keep their head calm. Both the teams, whoever stays calm, I think they're going to take it through. It's just a game of temperament now because it's just a run a ball. 1 or 2 boundaries will change the game, and 1 or 2 wickets will also change the game.
Anyway, let's see. As my co-commentator says, it's a battle of nerves right now. There could be messages coming back and forth from both the sides, from on the field and off the field as well. So it's up to the batsman in there. What do they think? This time plays it in the air to the wide of long on. Anshul there doing the fielding. A single to start the over. Both the teams would be happy that neither have they conceded a boundary nor they've conceded a wicket. So the cat and mouse game still goes on. Half an hour ago, this game was done and dusted until Irfan was there, but suddenly his wicket and then Asim Sajid's wicket made sure that the pressure comes back again. Now Sajjad Ahmed trying to play a big one, manages to get only through the inner half of his bat. Caltrol Eagles had given away 24 extras in their innings that they bowled. As you see another single being sneaked up. Comparatively, they've given away 17 extras so far. So both these teams will at some stage ruin the fact that they gave 15, brings Osama back on strike. Plays this towards deep mid wicket. There's a man stationed there for that. Keeps it down to a single. Brings the equation down. Ground, man there from long off coming in, swooping onto the ball and sends it back to the bowler. So another single to end the over. All to go, 15 of 13. Waiting for the umpire signal. He deems it a legal ball. So end of the over, 15 of the last 12. With Bruno completing his 4 overs, 3 wickets. Earlier in the evening, he had scored a well made 46, 41 for his side, and he had partnered his shepherd, his partner and captain along to a it's just a matter of moments when we come to know that whether that was good enough. It's just a gamble that they are taking. They need to get one from somebody, keeping Anshul back for the last over. Again, what do you make of this decision, Harish? Keeping Anshul away from the attack and waiting and giving it to somebody else.
I think this will backfire them because if this over goes for big runs, Anshul will have a very big job to do in the last over. But if this guy defends well, I think they will seal the game. So it can go either ways right now.
All right. It's a very tricky decision, as Harish says. He's thrown his. He's practically kept his ace for himself and not ready to reveal that one. As this time he plays it in the air. The man at long off, calm and composed, gets the catch. So Sobraj has brought in for a job to do. He managed to get a dot ball of the first ball and then a dot ball with a wicket, making sure that well, we have Sajjad Ahmed out for 9 of 14. He first managed to eat away one dot ball and then the next ball hold out to the man at long off who was calm and composed. Norman was the catcher. We'll have to wait and watch who is going to be. Amir Hussain, left-hander. He's got a reputation of big sixes. He's 50 plus. But the hunger of a teenager. He has a job on hand. Now it's equation now 15 of 10. From run of ball, it has now gone up to 9 runs and over. It all could change in a matter of couple of balls. Amir Hussain taking strike. Drives this towards covers. A single being taken. SuperTech wouldn't mind that as long as they save the boundaries. The equation now 14 of 9 takes Amir off strike. And Sobraj, is he pulling off a heist for his side? Full toss onto the pads, and this one's going down to deep mid wicket. There's protection there. He gives away a single. Might consider himself lucky. Had this been a few meters to the right of mid wicket, this could have gone into the boundary, but not to be. It's 13 of 8. 150 coming up. They aren't celebrating that milestone because they know they got a bigger job on hand. They need to win this game. This time plays it towards point and a single completed. One more run to the total. They wouldn't mind that. Just 3 runs given of the 5 balls that he has bowled. Last ball, he will want to finish it by conceding less than 2 in making sure he leaves at least 10 runs for his captain to defend in the last over. Is that a wide? Yes, it is. So one more run added. 11 runs. Game of pressure. He bowled well for the first 5 balls. This time bowls a wide, but needs to collect himself, rethink and reload. And he's bowled him straight onto the stumps, and they've seen the end of Osama Bilal, who had scored a boundary the first ball he faced, and since then isn't able to find. So the last over, they need 11 runs of the remaining 6 balls, and it all could end up to the senior statesman Amir Hussain to see this team home. And on the flip side, the captain Anshul Srivastav, a gamble that has paid off well for SuperTech. नॉर्मन का अच्छा था क्योंकि उसने एक एंड पे वो दूसरे एंड पे वो कंप्लीट किया 4 बॉल 5 बॉल 4 बॉल एडिट कर देगा. Last over coming up. Amin Mohammad comes in, right hand batsman. He's at the non-strikers end. Amir Hussain strike. Anshul Srivastava full toss, and he's called a no ball. It's a free hit. Not the ideal start. If this is he's not sure of himself, he is limping and he is off the attack. The free hit will continue. Has it happened at the wrong time for SuperTech? They've done all the hard work. They've pulled themselves back into this game at one stage when they looked that they were going to lose comprehensively. The belief, the fall of Irfan's Khan wicket, and now they need 10. They need to defend 10 more of the remaining 6 balls. A free hit to the batsman. Jishnu to come and complete that over. Onto the pads. Lucky for him that the batsman couldn't convert that one. So the free hit doesn't cost them. 10 of the remaining 5. Onto the pads. Lucky for him. The ball just going towards short square and a single being taken. Leg buys 9 of 4. Jishnu was at the receiving end of the carnage from Irfan, is now coming to bowl those last 6 balls when Anshul has Mohammad. So another wicket. The task gets difficult by the second. It says 9 of the remaining 3 balls. Seven of 2 required. They wouldn't mind those 2 runs as long as they don't concede a boundary. Saving the boundary is single is not going to hurt them in any way, as plays this one towards point. A single being stolen. So 1 ball, 6 runs to get. The task is very simple for Amir Hussain. He needs to make sure he sends this over the ropes. And Jishnu has to make sure he just bowls a legal delivery. Even if it goes for a boundary, it is victory for SuperTech. Caltrols Eagles will be hoping for Jishnu to err in line somewhere. And a swing and a miss, and it's all over. A 5-run victory for SuperTech against Caltrols Eagles, who were at one stage well on course for a victory. But in the end, lose by 5 runs. We'll have the presentations in the next few moments. Last game of the evening, it is Intertech versus Sparkling Spartans. That will happen here on ground number 2. This is that will be game number 5. Eagle Sports Ground.
पोस्ट मैच का कुछ करने का
कर देते हैं